Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. One might even say game time. We are on the cusp of a brand new update. The Brawl Talk was just released not too long ago, and we know all the details of what is coming here in Season 4. But we're getting a brand new brawler, Lou, a brand new environment to match the holiday that's right around the corner. We have some epic skins, as well as some awesome improvements to the map maker, being able to actually play made maps in-game for trophies. But we'll get into that more later. Hope you guys are all excited. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go. First things first, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. We're right on the edge of a bunch of different sneak peeks coming around the corner of all this new content, and you guys know that I'll be on that wickety split, giving you guys all the information. Right now, we're currently sitting at 53.2% not subscribed and 46.7% subscribed. So if you enjoy what you see here, I'd really appreciate it. So diving straight away into this, of course, we're going to be starting off with a brand new brawler coming out here in Season 4, and that is Lou. Guys, Lou is so freaking cute. I love the design of this character, as well as the mechanics are incredibly intricate. Once again, the Brawl Stars dev team is really crushing these new brawlers coming to the game, which we will be getting into a little bit later. So Lou is going to be a chromatic brawler, which you guys can unlock on tier 30 of the Brawl Pass, much like the previous Brawl Passes here in Brawl Stars. And if you guys ended up watching yesterday's video, we speculated that it would make sense for a rare brawler coming back to the game, but for some reason it escaped my mind that there's only 3 chromatic brawlers in the game, so we kind of gotta get those up to par with the other brawlers here. And if we had a rare brawler on the Brawl Pass, I feel like it wouldn't be worth the 170 gems, or it would devalue the Brawl Pass for Season 4. So I apologize for that. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Maybe it's just me really wanting a new rare brawler here in the game. But breaking down his stats here, so as you can see, he has a grand total of 3,920 HP, so a little bit on the squishier side, but he does have some decent range and some awesome mechanics to back up some of his weaker points, which is his health. So next, breaking down Lou's basic attack, which has this new interesting mechanic here to Brawl Stars. So he has some decent range on the basic attack. He shoots off 3 different snow cones that deal 532 damage each when maxed out. Now, the awesome mechanic built into this basic attack is if you land just one of your snow cones on an enemy unit, a little icon will pop up by their health bar that serves as a gauge. The more basic attacks that you land on that enemy unit, or using your super on that enemy unit, it will fill up, and once full, they'll be frozen for a certain duration, which I believe is around 2 seconds from what we see from some of the gameplay in the Brawl Talk. So that is awesome. What the heck? Now, the little freeze icon doesn't stay around on the enemy unit forever. After a certain duration, if they're not getting hit by your basic attack or within your super radius, it'll slowly decrease and then eventually go away. Now, when it comes to filling up the little freeze icon on an enemy unit, if you have no influence from your super, it appears to be around 7 snow cones to freeze someone that you're going for. Of course, the gauge will slowly go down, but if you're right on top of someone, it's going to take probably like 3 basic attacks, right? And then, of course, the final thing to go over about Lou is the super. So it appears to have a similar range to Spike here in the game. I believe it's the exact same, but when you drop it down, it doesn't deal any damage to the person that is within it, but it makes the ground slippery, and as you can see, it really impedes the movement of the enemy characters. It's almost better than a slowdown, in my opinion, because it's so hard to maneuver. At least when you're slowed down, you can actually kind of direct yourself. This one, you're kind of skating around a little bit. It seems very challenging. But on top of that, all of the enemy units that are within the little slippery area that your super makes will slowly fill up that little freeze icon. So if they're stuck within that and they can't really move around very well, it's going to end up freezing them, which is fantastic. Now, when it comes to star powers and gadgets here for Lou, nothing again really kind of jumped out at me. Really, the only thing that I noticed in the gem grab gameplay with Lou was at a particular point, there was like a yellow circle around the gems that Lou was holding. I don't know if that was a specific change to gem grab in this next update, or if it's something to do with Lou's mechanics. I don't know quite yet, but still, I can't really see anything that's like, wow, that could be the star power or gadget. But either way, what we see right now from Lou, it's looking like a pretty interesting brawler, and I can't wait to see what it does in the meta. Once again, super interesting. So moving along along to the next bit of content coming out in this update, which you guys have already seen from the gameplay here of Lou, and that is the new environment. We have a snowy environment to fit the whole Snowtail family here in the game with Gale, Mr. P, and now Lou. And I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of this. I believe the last Christmas update here in Brawl Stars was the pirate theme, so there really wasn't that much like holiday spirit. So I'm super excited about that. I really enjoy Christmas, so it's really cool to see it in Brawl Stars as well. So next, moving along to the skins coming out in this update. Like I mentioned before in the beginning of the video, Dynamite is getting a skin. Guys, I've been getting lucky for my favorite brawlers getting skinned as of recently, I gotta say. But Dynamite's skin is Bellhop Mike. I'm a huge fan of this one. He is a worker in Mr. P's hotel with this skin, so I am in love with this. I'm getting it right away. And then the other skin that's related to this specific theme or this update here in Brawl Stars Season 4 is King Lou. So Lou, before being all cute and innocent, turned into this king, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good skin for him. So we have 3 more skins coming out in this update that aren't necessarily related to the theme here in Season 4, but Brawl Stars is once again collabing with Line and Friends, which in the past they produced skins such as L. Brown, Sally, Leon, Leonard, Carl. Those are amazing skins, so you better believe these ones are going to be amazing as well. We have Sally, Nani. Are you kidding me? There's a little duck inside of Nani. It's so freaking funny. The next one is Choco Piper. Not much changing here with the skin, just Piper looking a bit cuter if you ask me. But the final one, we have Coney Max. Guys, Max changed quite a lot if you ask me. Turned into a freaking rabbit, but I guess it's fitting, right? Rabbits being like super fast and speedy. You got the energy drink, the rabbit drinking energy drinks. I don't know, man. Now, we're not getting any more new skins here in this update, but we are getting some changes to already existing skins that we have here in the game, specifically True Gold and True Silver skins. They're getting a small little animation change to have this glittery effect or sparkly effect to it, and I think that's really good on their end. They're addressing a certain thing in the community where people are saying that it wasn't like really well worth it when you're spending so many coins, and I know a lot of people thought the True Silver skin was better looking than the True Gold, so I think the sparkly effect is definitely a well-deserved change here for these very expensive skins, right? So next, rounding the corner to our final change here in Brawl Stars with this update, and I'm saving it because it's the best, saving the best for last, and that is some additions to the map maker here. As you all know, the map maker is still in beta, but what they actually added is absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to change the game quite a lot, and I'm very excited for it. It is very community involved.
And now let's talk a bit about the map maker. It's still in beta, but we've got a lot of new stuff coming.
Now you can submit your maps for the world to play. After it gets approved by your friends, it goes to a public map pool where everyone can play your map, and after they play it, they can vote thumbs up or down. The best map of the day will be available for 24 hours so everyone can play.
That's right. Coming in this update with the map maker, we will have 2 new slots. The first is the test slot, where you can try out and rate maps that players have submitted from across the world. And in the second, we will pick a daily winner that got the very best ratings, and you can play it for trophies. We have been listening to all of your suggestions for the map maker and are working as fast as we can to implement them. Coming in this update, we will be adding bounty and heist, and in addition, you'll be able to use jump pads and teleporters.
Guys, I'm totally blown away. I am surprised and shocked about this change to map maker. I think this is a phenomenal addition to the game, and I'm not saying that lightly. I feel like one of the most important things in Brawl Stars is the community. I think Brawl Stars community in general is very good, and the dev team does a fantastic job at keeping up with what we're saying and the suggestions that we are saying, which is why I love them so dang much. So not only are we getting some changes to map maker that we are able to make different game mode maps, right? So bounty as well as heist, but we are also getting a huge improvement to how we can utilize these maps and have it more community driven. So we make an awesome map, we can submit it to our friends list. If our friends like it and it gets past them, it gets submitted to a community poll that the whole entire community can vote for in game. The highest performing voted map of the day is actually playable in game for trophies. Are you kidding me? That is amazing. That is insane. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Of course, being able to put a map in game that we create can have some certain issues like trolling and things along those lines. But if you really think about it, if it's a difficult map, both teams are going to be under that stress or that pressure. So it's not like one team is going to have an advantage, but there's so many other things that come with this. It adds a ton of different variety to a game that already has a bunch of it in the first place, right? We have so many different game modes, so many different maps to keep the gameplay somewhat fresh and exciting. But with this, we really don't know what map is coming out the next day, which is really, really exciting. And I think my favorite thing about this addition to the map maker, and I know I'm really talking this up a lot, but I am very, very excited for it, and that is the creativity aspect, right? We have a ton of people in the community that are already making really cool maps all the time just to show the community, like showing people what they made. But this time we actually have an ability to appreciate the maps that you make, or appreciate the maps that the community makes, and have fun enjoying the hard work that people in the community are doing here. So a fantastic addition in this update. I'm a huge fan. But yeah, guys, you should let me know what you're thinking about the Brawl talk. I feel like the Brawl Stars dev team has really been smashing these updates out of the park as of recently. Of course, we're getting our staple stuff like we do normally in updates, right? New brawler, new environment, new Brawl pass, stuff like that, the things that you can come to expect. But there's always this nice little Easter egg in there, something that we don't necessarily expect to come, but is really exciting, that kind of changes the game, which I really appreciate that the dev team does here. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Very excited for the map maker and just the new content in general. Guys, be sure to stay tuned for the sneak peeks around the corner. I'm assuming we're going to be able to rip around with the map maker and all the fun stuff coming out in this update, so be on the lookout for that. But if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to slap a like on it. I'd really appreciate that. And with that being said, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day, guys. Peace out.